Rollout show U92. Oh my goodness, we've got a real special guest today, guys.
Yes, we do.
Yo, it is going down today with our boy Tory Lanez.
It's lit.
Back in Salt Lake City, man.
It's super lit.
Yo, welcome back, man.
Nah, thank you for having me, man.
Last time you were here, I just want to remind you because I know you go city to city.
Nah,
state
I remember
to
this
state.
is when Love was. Y'all was like the first. I actually heard Love the first time on this station when I was here, and I was driving to the radio station.
Yo, we're so flattered you remember that,
I'll
man.
never
That was a
forget
moment for us, man.
I'll never
because
forget it.
We felt the same way, you know what I mean? Like, we felt
lit.
the same way with the big song, and sure enough, we've already played it over 1,000 times, I'm
Nah,
sure.
that's love, man.
And it's a major hit out here, man. So congratulations
Thank you
on the
so
number
much.
one.
I appreciate it.
Obviously, your album, I Told You, out now. Be sure to pick that up, man. And speaking of which, man, I just heard the remix with Sean Paul.
Yeah.
We dropped that in the mix actually last
yeah,
Friday.
Yeah. Sean hopped on it, and he put his little flavor on it, and I haven't heard Sean Paul like that in a long time.
I was gonna say, man, and
I was just happy, like
my boy Nate, who does the night show, he was mentioning, man, that probably because he hadn't heard it yet, and he was saying that, man, that fits. That really fits.
It really it sat right. That was my biggest thing. Like, a lot of, the sounds, especially when it comes to that place right now, you got to do that really authentic. So,
sure.
What better than the most authentic
How'd you guys link
person?
up, man? How did that come about, man?
Honestly, it was actually through Benny Blanco, which is the dude who signed me. And pretty much, I think he just kind of set up the play, and he actually brought the song to me like 3 months ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
And was like, yo, look what I did. And I was like, oh, that's lit.
Hell yeah. Okay. So speaking of which, man, we just mentioned that, Love achieved a number one at Rhythm.
Yeah.
Does that excite you, man, when you hear your songs on the radio like that still,
Of course,
even to this
man.
day?
No, of course. At the end of the day, I aim to get 50 more number ones, 100 more number ones, So for me, it's just like it just adds to the pile. That's really my biggest thing,
Okay, cool, man, cool. I noticed, I listened to it, man, a little over a week ago, you dropped Blue Jay Season.
Yeah.
Some new music
yeah,
right there,
I had to do
man.
that for the team, for the home team.
That's what I was going to say, man. So that was for the Blue Jays, for
it's
the
some
home squad?
patriotic sports stuff for the home team, It's only like two. In Toronto, it's really only like two main sports teams that like the whole Canada rave over.
Okay.
And I think it's the Blue Jays and, the Maple Leafs, of course, because we do hockey and baseball is like our biggest thing.
There we go.
So, man, I'm a Blue Jays fan to the death. I had to make that song, put it out there. Shout out Josh Donaldson, shout out Batista, shout out all of them. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And so I know, you didn't release the album it wasn't that long ago.
No, not that long ago.
Are you already working on some more new music, man? Are you constantly in the lab?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I got the studio on my tour bus, so I'm
Okay.
working every day I wake up,
Okay. How's the tour going, man?
It's going incredible. Everything's been sold out. I've been just doing my best to just talk to people, just whoever it is, even my fans, down to like the people just about my album and like how they feel about it and how they took it in. And everybody's different testimonies like really means like a lot to me because sometimes, I expected people to listen to it, but sometimes things go over people's heads. So I'm just happy for all the people who actually took the time.
Speaking of that, man, like, what's like one of the things that maybe someone close to you, like maybe fam or friend, like someone who's really close to you, has told you that what they liked about the album?
I think the best thing for me is like a lot of my family that listen to a lot of albums, whether they be hip hop or whatever. A lot of timeless albums, them kind of feeling like, yo, this is one of those albums that I would have added to my vote. My brother told me that the album was super classic, and he's like one of those album dissector type of people. So I was happy about that.
Good, man, good. So not that I was creeping you or anything, man, but I follow you on Twitter. And I noticed a few days ago, you posted about Prop 57.
Yeah.
Which, for people who don't know, I'll let you explain it. But I kind of read that it was about increasing parole chances for felons convicted of nonviolent crimes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I've been through personal things, and I have friends who have, and I had no idea about it, man. Like, can you tell me a little about where that came from?
Well, my uncle is locked up in California, but they gave him like 7 years for something he didn't really, and it's not a violent crime. It's like something that like you shouldn't have got that much time for.
Okay.
But what I believe the Prop 57 does is it allows it's not like it just lets everybody out of jail. It just allows people with nonviolent crimes to get a chance of parole. So a lot of sentences can be a little bit lower, and a lot of people would do less time for certain things that aren't violent crimes. I don't believe in just people not getting punished for whatever they did, but at the same time, I do believe that sometimes the system is kind of harsh, and so things like Prop 57, I feel like for the people who kind of got into those situations and got like a violent sentence, when they didn't do a violent crime, that Prop 57 law kind of works out for them. So that's why I posted it.
Cool. Okay, man. Well, thank you for sharing that, man. I appreciate
much love, man.
And just a thought. How do you feel about the presidential race these days, man? Are you paying attention at all?
I'm not for Trump at all.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
I think it's safe to say this room as well is not.
I'm not for Trump at all.
Stand with
Nobody's
you there.
mad at you right now.
It is what it is.
Okay. And this was a fan question on our Twitter, U92 SLC.
Okay.
Funniest or like craziest moment on tour so far that you could remember?
Some girl snuck on the bus, and she pretty much hid in the bathroom for like the whole to the next city.
To try and get...
No, she was like in the bathroom while the bus was moving, while we were driving to the next city. But the next city was like 2 exits away, and then we stopped at a gas station, and then somebody tried to use the bathroom, and she was just in there like...
That's so creepy.
What are you doing with yourself, with your life? What are you doing?
Wow. The fans are waiting in the bathroom. I've never thought of that one.
It's really real.
Yeah, that's really. So it was funny, man. I was reading your latest interview with Rolling Stone. I went to your last show. I remember the energy and how insane it was. You talked about crowd surfing, man. Which is kind of funny because like my wife gets mad at me because at my birthday parties every year in the club, I'll crowd surf.
Oh, you be crowd surfing?
Yeah, I love it, man. I have this like fascination with it.
Oh, that's super lit.
Yeah, and my boy's Far East Movement kind of taught me the name of the game. Like, don't go face first.
Yeah,
like,
you have to go with your
you know what I mean? Like maybe sometimes take off your shoes. You know what I mean? Like you got to really like be prepared for that.
Yeah,
you can really get injured.
You got to know how to do it. Somebody came and taught me before I ever started crowd surfing.
Okay.
Somebody came and told me, and they were just like, don't jump in head first. Always jump like with your back towards the crowd.
Okay. I hear
That's
though you
smart.
walk on the crowd.
Yeah, I just kind of walk in.
It's crazy.
And I read something about how you walked up to a second. Is that true? You walked up to
always.
a second level
Always
at Red
do that.
Rocks or something like that?
Yeah, well, Red Rocks is actually like a long line like hill that kind of goes like upwards.
Okay.
And it's like 10,000-15,000 people, but I crowd walked all the way up the Red Rocks, and then I walked back down. I almost died like 15 times, and on the way down, I almost died like mad times.
That's amazing. I haven't tried that yet. You're gonna have to tell me some tips about how to get them to be okay with you walking on them.
But they love it, man. It's just for me, it's just balance.
That's amazing, man. Do you ever think in terms of like 5 years from now, Tory Lanez, 10 years from now, or are you just living for today, man?
No, I mean, eventually I want to be the biggest, or I'm going to be the biggest artist in the world, and nothing's going to stop me. And by that time, there's probably going to be a lot of other artists that, are affecting our time that, probably got signed by me or probably got found by me,
Dope, man. We just want to thank you, man, for making the time before your show tonight, bro. Thank you so much for stopping by the Rollout Show. We appreciate you, man. I already know it's going to be super lit tonight.
It's going to be super poppin'.
I can't wait.
Everybody, if you are in Salt Lake City, you should come out to the show. It's the hottest show out here. You already know what it is, and no one is topping this show. So if you want to see one of the greatest shows in y'all city, come out to the venue today.
That's what's up. Yo, let's make some noise for Tory Lanez one time, man. Thank you so much, man. Perfect.